Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this morning session. I think 5 countries have presented very good presentations. So for those countries who have presented, you may like to relax, sit back, and enjoy the rest of the day. For those countries who are still going to present, enjoy as well. Uh, okay, so now to kick off the afternoon session, we have a very special person with us. You can already see him in the screen. So, but again, just to let you know, he is still under quarantine, I guess. He just flew in back to Hong Kong and under quarantine. I think at around 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, he was still under being processed at the Hong Kong airport. So Joseph, thank you so much. He is our #1 proponent of continuous improvement in LF Logistics. Really, with the team, the steering committee, the whole team really appreciate you still having time for this despite your current circumstances. Thank you. So please take it away.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Good. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing well, staying safe. My apology for not being able to do the morning session. As what Santi mentioned, I flew in from Manila to Hong Kong last night, and it took me about 4.5 hours to get the papers processed in Hong Kong airport. And from there, it took another hour for the bus to go from one stop to the next stop. It's a designated bus by the Hong Kong government to go to where I am right now in the hotel. So basically, I arrived at the hotel, I would say 4:30ish, and I was able to get a few shut eye, a few hours of sleep. And I found it very difficult working up this morning with a splitting headache. But here I am. This is an occasion that I will not miss. For today, I would like to kick off. In fact, while arranging for the bus transfer, I was able to put in a few slides. Let me see whether I can show it right now. Okay. I'd like to kick off by congratulating everyone who participated in this year's, actually 2021 Global Continuous Improvement Olympics competition. The 569 participants, I think, is one of the highest ever, and the 142 projects that you guys worked on. These projects really are the key differentiators. It differentiates LF Logistics and from the pack, from all the rest. In a very highly competitive and highly congested logistics industry, the projects that we have worked on, these are the key differentiators why we are different from our competitors. And then the $5 million that you have generated, the productivity savings that you have generated, this is the reason why LF Logistics has one of the highest operating margins in the whole industry, if not the highest. So what you're doing definitely is extremely meaningful. I also would like to mention that in LF Logistics since day one, we have always tried to find ways to improve. The improvements that we have made over the day, over the week, the month, years, and we've accumulated over 23 years. In fact, it defines what LF Logistics is today. And in fact, it is the inspiration behind our aspiration statement. If you notice, and our aspiration statement, the first part, to be the most operation-centric logistics service provider, enabling our people and customers to achieve their full potential. So our company is all about operation centricity. all the things that you are doing. On many occasions, you have heard me talk about the 3 drivers of organic growth, something that I've repeated in many of our town halls and company meetings. And these are, number 1, operations excellence. Number 2, business development. We say that business development is the oxygen that makes us a living organism. So without BD, a company will just die a natural death. And account management, as you win new business, you would like to grow with the customers. You would like to increase market share. You'd like to exploit the full potential of this partnership and relationship. So if you look at this Venn diagram, at the nucleus of that Venn diagram, it is basically the operation-centric culture. And I'm so glad that all of you are embodying this culture and all of you are living this culture. This is what makes LF Logistics very unique today. Going forward, I've got a challenge for you. I'd like you to use this platform, this Global Continuous Improvement Olympics platform, to demonstrate our value and to demonstrate our values. Value and values, right? So think about for a second the environment that we are operating today. This is possibly an unprecedented set of circumstances that we're facing. Number 1, you've got inflation rising. Number 2, you've got our currencies, Asian currencies, depreciating. In select countries like Hong Kong, China, that you're still continuing to fight COVID-19 with very strict and stringent lockdown conditions. And then you've got food supply that is being interrupted because of Ukraine war. You've got container. Right now, prices have stabilized a bit, but I think as Shanghai opens up progressively, you'll see a situation wherein prices will go up, and then availability of containers is going to be a challenge. So under these circumstances, how do we solidify our partnership with our customers? And the way that I'd like to suggest is we must all the time demonstrate our value, and we must live and demonstrate our values. So what is value? So this is something that all of you should be familiar by now. So the value equation is not the cost equation. Value is different than cost. Cost is pure the price that we charge our customers. So it's part of value equation, but value is more than that. So value, you've got service. The higher the service, the higher the value. You've got quality. The better the quality, the higher the value. You've got cost. Cost is in the denominator because the lower the cost, the higher the value. And then risk. The lower the risk, the higher the value. So this is LF Logistics. This is our value equation. So we're not a one-trick pony. A lot of companies, they compete purely on cost and price. For us, we've got 4 levers in the value equation: service, quality, cost, and risk. So the first challenge I'd like to give to the participants, people who are involved in this very meaningful global continuous improvement Olympics, is that find projects, look for projects that will help us magnify, enhance our value proposition. It's not only about productivity savings, which is what you have today, the cost. It's also using this platform to improve service, using this platform to improve quality, and using this platform to reduce our risk. Now, So this is something tangible, value, right? Now, let's talk about values. So what values do we demonstrate? In fact, today, I'd like to say that we've got to be in the ESG space. Environment. In everything that we do, we need to care about the planet. The impact of what we do to the environment is something that we must care because our customers care. The consumers of our customers care. So we must make this a priority. So which means that the projects that you work on need not be single dimensional, unidimensional, talking purely about productivity savings. That's too narrow-minded. We've got to look and use this platform to look at ways by which we can be a responsible corporate citizen, protecting and taking care of the environment. The second thing is about social. So how do we ensure social equality? How do we give back? How do we use this platform to make sure that we give opportunities? And then finally, governance. How do we use the Olympics, the lean concept, to ensure that our governance is enhanced? So if we talk about lean from LF Logistics, one thing that we must own is really we are good corporate citizen because we've got a strong governance practice. So many of you will be saying, yeah, Joseph, I fully understand the value equation. How do we use the Lean Sigma concept to enhance our value equation? Quality, service, cost, risk. Can I use the Lean Sigma concept to enhance our values? That's my challenge to you. I'm sure that as you work on this, the answer is an overwhelming yes. Let's use this platform to be more environmentally responsible, to be more socially responsible, and for us to really enhance and improve our governance structure. So the next time that when Santi, if Santi continues to be kind enough to invite me to your session, I would like to hear more about how you use this platform, the very unique platform of LF Logistics, to continually demonstrate and enhance your value and your values. That's all for me today. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best as you traverse this very important global continuous improvement Olympics journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you so much for that enlightening and inspirational message. We will take your challenge in demonstrating our value and values. We will bring this global continuous improvement Olympics to the next level, improving not just productivity, quality, process, but also value and values like ESG. Environment, social, and governance. So we will take your challenge. And again, thank you for gracing our event today. Thank you
so much. Thanks, everyone. Good luck.
At this stage, we also would, At this stage, we also would like to acknowledge some of the senior leaders who are gracing our event. Dominic, of course, who was with us since the start. We have also Simon, we have Eva, we have Chen, and Srini. So, and all the country heads that are present. So again, for the senior leaders, thank you so much. We highly appreciate. Chris also is here, Chris Gregory. Okay, so we really, really highly appreciate. Okay, now to move on to the next presentation, if the Taiwan team is ready, Lily, please take it away.
Thank you, Santi. Okay, hello, Taiwan team. Are you ready?
Oh, yes. Okay, so today we have a team meeting this the L'Oreal VS Smart Planning project with the team. and Bonnie will be the presenter today. Okay, we are
Thank
ready.
you, sir. Okay, later on we will play the video, but please make sure you turn on your video, your camera as well as your mic during the Q&A session. Okay, thank you. Now let's play the video.
Good afternoon. This is Bonnie from Taiwan. Our project is named L'Oreal VAS Smart Plan. This is a project dedicated to improve the VAS process in Taiwan L'Oreal DC, since we found out there were opportunities to improve from daily operation. Before introducing the project, I'd like to share with you the members of the project team first. We have Qiming as our project sponsor, and Sarah, Victoria, and Rita from L'Oreal DC operation team, Jackie and Ken from local IT team. Let me start from the background sharing for introduction before we get to the point. In Taiwan L'Oreal DC, there are 40,000 orders per year with more than 8,000 SKU and 55 million pieces need to be processed in VAS Center. The volume is quite large, but there are a lot of manual work existing in the whole process. Besides, there is no way to check each work order. We cannot know whether the goods are in VAS Center or still on pallet rack. However, the customer business continues to grow. We must improve the productivity and efficiency from the original VAS process. When it comes to improvement, the first thing that comes to mind must be LF Lean Sigma approach, DMAC tool. This tool could help us from clarifying the problem, solve the problem, to finally make continuous improvement. The first step of DMAC is define. We generate ideas from voice of process and the voice of customer. The team tried to identify the waste and opportunities from the original process, and we found out the productivity of put away and VAS planner is low. In addition, there is too much overprocessing work existing. As for the voice of customer, we heard feedback from our customer that they spend a lot of time tracking work orders and the goods due to low visibility into the process. This is the original workflow of VAS process. A total of 2 days and 5 hours are spent on manual works for our VAS planner and admin. These manual works are such as consolidating reports, double-check data in system, and key in data in Excel file. These daily work are necessary, but really time-consuming. At the end of each month, it takes another 2 days to create billing report, which, because all records are in paper, not logged into system. Based on the ideas and issues we identified, the problem statement is as follows. In Taiwan L'Oreal VAS operation, an average of 5 hours a day is spent on manual and repetitive work, with poor visibility and control over work orders, resulting in low productivity and customer complaints. After defining the problem, we have to measure how big the problem is. We can see how many action steps and time our members need from the original process. For VAS Planner, they require 4.25 hours of 6 steps to complete their daily work on work order preparation and documentation, and 3 hours of it belongs to manual work. For VAS Admin, 3.25 hours with 3 steps are required to do their daily job. Manual work also took up 2 hours. As for the others, their working hours are based on the volume of work orders, but the goal is to increase productivity. However, the exact productivity has not been recorded before, so the information that can be referenced is very limited. The next step of DMAC is to analyze what caused the problem. From previous steps, we find out the problem is low productivity and customer complaint. We used the Ishikawa diagram to categorize the potential causes of the problem in order to identify the root cause. On the method category, there are 3 causes including planners need to consolidate reports before arranging repacking schedule. They have to run Excel macro to print out worksheets, and after repacking, planners need to manual key in work orders. On the material category, because the information only recorded on papers, is unable to track the progress of work order on time, and the papers are easier to lose. On the manpower category, the put-away speed is low. When we identify more detailed level of causes, we can see the root causes are first, no accurate report to use. Second, system not developed. Third, too many manual work in the process. Below are the improvements we made based on the root cause we found. First, we apply RDT and system instead of manual work. For Vast Planner, they used to consolidate 3 reports by using VLOOKUP in Excel to create a final report which they can use for arranging repacking schedule. Now, the report can be automatically generated. Besides, planners have to run Excel macro to print out picking slips and work orders. And now, all data is saved in system. Worksheets can be printed out directly from WMS. For operators, they used to put away with manual keying. Now they put away with RDT. Only have to scan barcode to complete the task. Last one, it was unable to track work order status, but now operators, vast contractors, and QC are asked to use RDT to record their work. Thus, the work order status can be fully recorded and tracked. The second improvement is the tracking report with work order status. We divide the work order status into 0 to 9. Each number represents a different process. For example, after the work order be printed out, the status changes to 1. When goods move down from rack, the status changes to 2. With these status numbers, we can easily track the work order status from tracking report. And the start and end time of repacking is also recorded in this report, which helps Vast team to better control process. The last improvement is the visualization tool, dashboard. This dashboard shows weekly repacking volume, contractor's progress, and work order status. It helps our Vast team can grasp the working status and adjust the on-time work in a timely manner. After the system improvement of the heavy manual feeding part, it saves the time for the personnel to do the preliminary work. As you can see, the total hours for Vast planners work from 4.25 to 2, and from 6 steps to 5 steps. The total hours for admin from 3.25 to 1.5 hours, and from 3 steps to 2. And since the put-away process becomes easier, the total number of hours they need is from 8 to 7 hours. Finally, let me summarize the benefits and make conclusion of this project. The first one is the faster and accurate put-away. Before, operators need to manually input information, and when there are multi-work orders with same SKU on the one contractor, operators cannot link the correct work order. In addition, they require Vast admin to complete put-away process in system later. Now, the whole process of put-away only takes 3 steps. Scan work order barcode which is on work order. Then scan contractor barcode which is on forklifts. Last, scan location barcode which is on racking. The second benefit is traceable and visible Vast process information. After the check-in report with work order status being created, it's clear to know where the goods is. Third, in the original process, we only know if the work order has been complete, but no way to know how long the work order took. Therefore, there is no reference for planner to arrange work order scheduling time. Now, the start and end time of work orders are recorded by using RDT. VAS planners can arrange repacking schedule based on the data. Besides, contractors' efficiency can be audited. From the below table, with same item and quantity, the efficiency of different contractors can vary by 50%. Next benefit is billing report automation. VAS planners used to collect work orders and manually key in Excel file. If the work order is not returned on time, it might affect the accuracy of billing report. Now, the status of work order is instant updated in the system. At the end of each month, the billing report can be automatically generated from WNFs. Last but not least, the project enhanced the data security. The work order data was stored in personal computer files. Data is not adequately protected. Now, data is stored in the system to ensure data security. No files are lost when the computer crashes or an employee leaves. In conclusion, this is the first project in Taiwan to track and analyze VAS operations, and also the first project in Taiwan to use agile approach, which means we divided the whole project into 4 phases and it goes live step by step. We utilize information digitalization to enhance working efficiency and shorten processing time on billing. We implement RDT to track the progress of work orders. We add a visualization tool to better manage the process and people. Therefore, the work efficiency increased by 20%, and we save labor time cost annual savings of about $30,000 US. And here's the end of Taiwan team's presentation. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Taiwan team. Now we open the floor for questions from the judges. Any questions? I think we have Dominic. Dominic, please. Okay. So we'll.
Yep, I'm on.
Okay.
That's a great, Taiwan. Thank you very much. Now you have a lot of VAS in Taiwan, we know, for a lot of different brands. So what you're doing now with L'Oreal, have you had a look at how you can apply that to other customers?
Okay. Hi, Dominic. Okay, actually, for this L'Oreal VS project, because all the customer will have different requirement and the process. And one more important thing is that there is a so-called the standard process of the VS. I think that there will be opportunity we can adopt this concept for others VS. But for those customers didn't use the Lianfeng WMs, that will be a problem for this initiative.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Chris. Chris, please.
Thank you, Santi. Thank you, Taiwan team. I understand that it's using the WMS kitting and normal modules with RDT. Are you doing anything around planning or visibility for the planning of resources? And what sort of control towers and dashboards are you measuring? I noticed in the submission there's some images. How are you using them?
Taiwan? Tan, I think you might be on mute.
Hi, Chris, this is Jimmy. I think we use the two of the information we are using currently. One is that as the publisher in the material is called the tracking report. And also we share this tracking report to our customer in daily. Another will leverage the dashboard to do the checking no matter on the number of order, number of pieces, or the vendor the productivity. So we will use the two information to monitor and control our VAS progress. And also the also we will leverage this report to communicate with the with our customer to know on the both of parties to know the VS progress.
Okay. Any more questions from the judges? I guess no more questions. So thank you so much, Taiwan team. Great presentation. You can now, relax and enjoy the rest of the day. Okay, so let's now move.
Thank you, Santi.
Thank you, Stan and Taiwan team. So let's now move to the next country.
The next team is going to be Thailand team.
Thailand. Yeah. Okay, Lily. If
Thank you,
Thailand
Santi.
is ready, take it away.
Okay, let's welcome Thailand team. Hello, Thailand team.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Can we have a quick introduction of your team?
Yeah. Let me introduce our team. I'm Jitima. I am a team leader, and our team member, Pipat, he is our supervisor, and Surachok, he is a senior supervisor. So let's go to the video.
Okay, thank you.
Hello everyone. We are very happy to share our CIO project based in LKDC, Lakrabang, Bangkok, Thailand. Our project, J&J Digitalization of Batch Sheet. Our team members include me. I am Jitima Tipmontian, VAS Manager. I'm responsible for project planning with resource and budget, progress monitoring. Pipat Sutakul, Supervisor. He is responsible for solution design and technology implementation. Surachok Sathanpop, VAS Senior Supervisor. He supports operation information, control, and monitor.
In VAS operations, every SKU we need to complete a form and verify data in the record with physical work, including quantity, specification, and operation required as per quality controls and assurance. For this process, we need to complete the form 15 to 25 sets of records. From this recording activity, we have to fill the form by completing with the same details about 60 to 300 pages per day. Too much detail to be complete while VAS staffs are doing their work will take time. Before starting their work about 30 minutes, and after finishing their work about 30 minutes. Totally, we have to spend time about 60 minutes during changeover. And yes, our co-packing staff at the networking station will be starving and waiting during these recording steps. So, from the dilemma, we aim to eliminate or reducing waste time with redundancy words. Our problem statement. There is waiting time 44 minutes every time packing line change to new order. It's accurate to be 205 man-hours per day. The waiting time includes view batch sheet by leader, and physical check of materials of checkers. We determine current process with value stream mapping. As a current process, we found that we have too many steps in changeover of pre-working and finishing process. Almost steps of changeover are responsible of line leader. So other packers might be waiting for line leader to finish the mandatory process. Firstly, line leader need to fill the blank form of batch sheet and then do physical check of the semi-product and packaging material and do line startup and training. Then go to the co-packing process, and after we finish, they need to do the physical check of finished good and record and do the reconcile and complete batch sheet. The last one is do the line clearance and record the productivity. Time of changeover is in the pre-working is in the time of changeover in pre-working is 30 minutes, and we have 22 minutes is waiting time for line leader. In finishing process, we have another 30 minutes and waiting time 22 minutes. It takes about 44 minutes per order. Normally, we have order about 20 orders per day, an average 14 workers per co-packing line. So, total waiting per day is 205 man-hours. During this time, co-packer cannot start their work. Yes, they have to be waiting until the completing of field form by line leader. In analyze phase, we found root cause by applying Ichikawa diagram. The root cause of long time of changeover caused by method that need to do in changeover duration of each co-packing line. There are many fields in bank form of batch sheet. Physical check the semi-product and packaging material. Physical check the finished goods and stock reconcile with batch sheet completion. By using Pareto chart, we found that filling cover form in the is the most delayed from 4 major factors of fishbone diagram. And we got 2 process for improvement. We aim to reduce waiting time of packer during filling blank form and complete batch sheet by line leader. From the problem statement, we made attempt to solve this problem with few alternative solutions. Firstly, we asked supplier Nulogy. The supplier proposed planning and record by barcode scanning, but it is held with cost. Secondly, we request domestic supplier. The second supplier proposed e-batch sheet by using their software, but again, this is too much cost for setup. Finally, we do brainstorm among our VA staff and we come up with Google platform and Visual Basic coding application through tablet. This is more reasonable cost as shown in benefit and effort metric. From the current operations, line leader must fill to complete batch sheet manually every page by themselves, and they are required to fill 4 major forms before starting co-packing operation line. Moreover, some of details must fill in the form are same details. For our proposed solution, by using tablet, Google Form, and Visual Basic coding with master of bin of material, we can program by updating to automatic recording for same content and populate the Google Sheet. For this slide, we show that we record data on one tablet, then those data will be populated to error form. Example, product zip code, product description, order number. They populate on 3 forms. co-packing date, and line number populate on 4 forms. 4 bombs that show in the highlight with yellow shade. We just keep FG SAP code. All bombs will automatically populate with UOM. We have video for this step. Let's watch the video. For achievement, we can classify to part 1, waiting time reduction from 44 minutes per order to 37 minutes per order, from 205.3 man-hours per day to 172.7 man-hours per day. We can reduce 32.7 man-hours per day, or 16%. In part 2, cost saving from labor costs, we can save overtime and converting to monetary term about $20,500. For control and continuous improvement, for standardization, we set up working standard and register the document into the ISMA system. Training for staff how to work to conform with developed standards. Set up control chart for monitoring to maintain working standards. And for the continued improvement, we will apply to other sheets of batch sheet record and develop 2 online batch sheets that our client can approve through online mode, and we can save more from paperless. Platform time and cost saving detail in form are more precise and accurate than manually record. Our staff are more convenient to work happily. Yes, every day we learn and develop through our journey, and continual improvement is an unending journey. Thank you all for your attention.
Thank you, Thailand team. Very, very interesting presentation. That's good. So we now open the floor for questions, and I see an early bird question. So Chris, please.
Thank you, Santi. I understand that the Google Sheet application was developed by the business team. How scalable is this to other operations if it's not involving any IT staff? And how do you propose to support that in the long term?
Actually, we have a BAS in other department of J&J. So for continue this solution, we will apply to other and set up for the BAS for all activity that we needs need to use the batch sheet with
Is
a
it-
lot of repeating data.
Okay, but the Google Sheet sites and things you use are tied to people, right? Because this isn't corporate accounts or anything, so it's actual users' data. If those users leave, how will you remove the data or keep the data?
Normally, we just keep the data about 1 week, and then we save to the PDF, because now we still to print it out to send to the client to J&J Johnson & Johnson to approve. They do not allow to approve online yet, so that we can save for about 1 week, and then we replace the new data to the Google Sheet.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, please. Simon, please.
Yeah, I just want to pick up on the point. I mean, this is fantastic, because I remember in this operation the amount of manual paperwork that's been done in the past. You're currently printing them out to get J&J to sign them. Do you think you can move to the next step and get J&J to, approve these online, so you don't have to print everything and get everything signed? I mean, it's a huge amount of paper, right?
Yeah, yes. It's our next step that we would like to do everything about batch sheet by online, and we have to convince to J&J to accept about the batch sheet online. Yeah, it's our next step.
Okay, good.
Good. Any other question? None? Okay, so thank you so much, Thailand team. Great presentation, interesting. We now move to the next country. I think it's the last country.
Last team, yes.
But not the least, definitely, because this country, this team was the silver medalist last year. So about their, I'm sure they are trying to bag the gold this time. So Singapore team, if you are ready, Lily, take it away.
Thank you, Sandy. Let's welcome the last team, Singapore team. Hello, Singapore team.
Hi, my thanks. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay, please have a quick introduction of your team.
Okay, so a very good afternoon to the judges and to the LF family, right? So we are very excited and honored at the same time to be given the opportunity to be standing here to share on behalf of Singapore, right? So just allow me to simply carry out a quick introduction. We are Team Singapore. My name is Zhiyong. I'm the leader for this project. Beside me, we have Gcio, who is the project manager. And then we have Wen-Zhen and Isaac, who are members of this project. Last but not least, Kelvin, who is our project sponsor. So, right, without further ado, please enjoy our presentation of the auto sorting system that we have currently in Singapore 19 DC. Thank you.
Good afternoon, judges and LHF colleagues. My name is Siu Jin Liang, and it's an honor for my team and I to present to you LHF Singapore Nike Digital Hub Automate Sorter project. For this project, we have formed a team comprising of the following members: project sponsor Kelvin Low, project manager Siu Jin Liang, project leader Lim Zhiyong, project member Muhammad Izzat and Lim Wen-Zhen. Kindly allow me a bit of your precious time to further introduce the project team member. I am the project manager and have worked at Nike Digital Hub operation for 6 years with strong experience in the area of e-commerce logistics. Following team member is Zhiyong, and he is the project team leader. Zhiyong has been with LHF for more than 3 years and is a graduate of our management training program. Our next team member is Muhammad Izzat. Izzat is considered a baby with the organization as he joined us only 1 year ago. However, he has been like a big brother to all the staff. And our final team member is Wen-Zhen. Wen-Zhen has been with Nike Digital Hub operation for 2 years. and has always delivered timely and quality results, working to the best of the best. After knowing our team member, next I will sharing with you our project content. For this project, we employ the TMAX problem-solving methodology. TMAX is a data-driven quality strategy used to improve process. Within the presentation, in order to provide a better understanding of this project, we will also showing video comparing the as-is process and the improved process. Based on the voice of customer, Nike expect LHF to deliver timely service with consistent top-rate quality service to support their strong business growth. To manage the increased business growth with a shortened delivery lead time and also managing additional destination length, we need a sustainable solution that can effectively improve performance to cater to the increased number of shipment parcels with minimal labor deployment. This slide highlights the key challenge. Order increased by 250%, shortened lead time by 2 to 3 days, increased number of destination length from 14 to 23 lane. I will now hand over the presentation to Wen-Zhen, who will be elaborating more on the data collection and analysis.
Hi, I'm Wen-Zhen. In the following slides, I'll be explaining the problem-solving techniques in order to identify root causes to the problem. As the saying goes, a picture paints 1,000 words. Here's a photo of our previous pallet build operation. From the photo, you can see that there are safety hazards such as getting tripped over a pallet, high probability sorting errors due to manual sorting, limited space at the build pallet area to manage 14 sort codes. Let's watch a video of our previous operation setting to give you a better feel. Sorting is done manually. The operators have to eyeball check the sort code for each parcel, scan the parcel, and scan to the pallet, which is prone to human error. If the parcel is meant for a pallet located on the other side of the conveyor, the operator has to go around the conveyor to scan the pallet, creating inefficiency due to travel path. With high volume, parcels build up on conveyor and operators need to push the parcel to ease the load of the conveyor. At times, operator may trip and fall. Operator might put the parcel to a wrong pallet. Again, as conveyor gets congested, operators need to stack up the parcels, leading to missed parcel scans. The key success factor to any project involves data analytics. Here's a snapshot of our data collected in order to analyze the daily outbound parcel volumes and headcount required to be deployed for the pallet build process. Our analysis shows that up to 15 headcount will be required for this process. For our data analysis, we decided on fishbone diagram, as it is a cause and effect discovery tool that identifies reasons for defects or failures within a process. For the 4M, man, method, material, and machine, we identified the following. For example, parcels are placed onto wrong pallet due to human error or fatigue. Method: highly manual driven and compounded with an increase of destination lanes. Material: conveyors being mechanical tend to encounter downtime which affects the efficiency parcel sorting. Machine: the conveyor speed cannot keep pace with the packing output. From the analysis, the root cause was determined to be highly manual pallet build process that is unable to handle the increased parcel volume. I will now hand over my time to Izzat, who will be covering on brainstorming, ranking solution, and project selection.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Izzat. In the following slides, I'll be explaining the team brainstorming and the ranking of the ideas identified as well as the project selection process to address the root cause identified in the fishbone analysis. During our brainstorming phase, we came up with 4 ideas as follows. Number 1, increase manpower. Number 2, upgrade of conveyor. Number 3, auto sorting system. And number 4, create additional line. We then rank the ideas based on 4 criteria: complexity, value, innovation, and productivity, using a scoring system from 1 to 10, 10 being best. From the scoring, the auto sorting line obtained the highest points. We further rank the 4 ideas based on value versus complexity. Again, the auto sorting system ranks high in value but with high complexity. Based on the factors taken into consideration and after further analyzing the benefits, the complexity and effort to execute, we decided to focus on the auto sorting system option for this project. Now, let's look at our new operation setting. The new setting has greatly reduced any safety hazards and operators no longer need to manually sort the parcel or with inefficient travel path. More importantly, we are now able to handle 23 sort codes, which is an increase from 14 previously. This new operation has resulted in 250% sorting productivity increase with 99.9% sorting accuracy and 0 safety incident. Here is the video of the improved pallet build process. I will now hand over the presentation to Gcio, who will be elaborating more on the project ROI and benefits.
Hi, I am Gcio, and I hope you have enjoyed the video. Now I'll be going through the project ROI now. I'm sure you are wondering, this is going to be an expensive investment. How much will it cost? What's the investment cost breakdown? What is the ROI and break-even period? Let me simply break it down for you. The total invested amount is $206,885. Productivity has increased 250% from 600 parcels to 1,500 parcels an hour. Headcount reduced by 73% from 15 headcount to just 4. That's a monthly saving of $22,000. And the annualized cost saving we are looking at is $267,000, and we can break even
in less than a year. In fact, it's only 9.25 months. Now, I'll be touching on the benefits of the auto sorting system and further elaborate on the type of benefits associated. Firstly, in terms of quality benefits, there is a reduction in the number of manpower needed in the build pallet area from 15 headcount to just 4, and at the same time, we are able to fulfill 250% increase in the outbound volume from 12,000 parcels to 28,000 parcels per day. Sorting accuracy is at 99.9%, and the number of sort lanes has increased from 14 to 23. In terms of speed benefit, the sorting productivity has increased by 250% from 600 parcels to 1500 parcels an hour, and this allows us to manage the volumes even with a reduced delivery lead time. In terms of digitalization and innovation benefits, the current build pallet process has been digitalized as we utilize the route scanner and auto sorting technologies to ease our high dependency on manual label and streamlining of the outbound processes. In summary, we can expect an increase in customer satisfaction index and employees happiness index from this project. Now, I'll be going through with you guys on the benefits of this implementation, which can be applicable not only to Nike operations globally, but also to different operations. The auto sorting system can be implemented to any DC operations around the world, which require any form of sorting of packed parcels. Taking reference to the Southeast Asia map, this project can be applied to Nike DC operations in Thailand, Malaysia, and Philippines once Nike digital operations are localized and kickstart. Closer to home, locally, this project can be applied to different DC operations such as Logitech, Triple, THG MyProtein, Adidas, and VF Cooperation, where parcel sorting is also required. Next, I'll be touching on the implementation of process control, which we have established in order to monitor, maintain quality, and further improve the performance of the auto sorting system. Looking at the pie chart, we have formulated work instructions and tutorial video to educate our employees on the proper methodology to sort and palletize the parcels, and at the same time, how to operate the auto sorting system, and when necessary, carry out adjustments to the control panel of the auto system so that it best complements with the flow. Additionally, we work with the vendor to carry out periodic maintenance of the auto sorting system to ensure the quality of the system so as to reduce any downtime. With that, we would like to end off this presentation with a quote by Thomas Edison. As he said before, there's a way to do it better, find it. Thomas Edison, as we all know, was an American inventor who have developed many great devices from electric power generation to motion picture, more famously known for his invention of the light bulb. As to why this quote, you might ask, it is because this resonates with the intention and objective of this GCIO initiative. We believe that in order to make today better than yesterday, you need to find and do one thing. In other words, only if a person or team puts in the effort to brainstorm and identify ways to improve, the result will only get better. Therefore, I would like to share with every one of you that this is very much applicable not just to the GCIO program or our work environment, but also to our everyday life. With that, thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation, and we hope that from this presentation, you have much clearer picture of our project. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Singapore team. Let's now open the floor for any questions. Yes, Eva, yes.
Hi, thank you, Singapore team. Very interesting presentation. I have a follow-up questions on the ROI, the return on investment. While there must be certain selection criteria behind the scene, what advices would you be giving the other countries as you are looking into automation or improvements? What are the things based on your experience that you think it is successful in the implementations of this project?
Right, this is Zhiyong speaking. Okay, so in terms of the auto sorting system itself, right? So based on our setup in Singapore 90 DC, it is much of a rather larger scale. So depending on each operation have their own outbound volume and the capacity and the customer requirement. The operation have to take into consideration of all these, including the design of the sorting system to best complement with the current objective that they have in terms of their operations. So for example, for us in Nike, as our volume is always increasing. So of course, for our auto sorting system, we have to make it a larger scale to best fulfill all the orders and at the same time fulfill the customer's requirement as well. Right. So all these are the key considerations to take note of.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We have Dominic.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I've got two questions. So you've currently got 23 destinations. So actually I've got three. So do you have 23 sorting lines or you have less and you're running waves for a certain amount of sorting lines? So that's number one. Secondly, what happens if you go to say 50 destinations? Okay, so I mean, which I know the goal of the global hub is to be able to fulfill more and more destinations. That's the second one. And then the third one is space. So it did appear that the automatic sorting lines took up more space than the previous manual operation. Can you talk about what extra space was needed?
Okay, so I hear all three questions. So in my opinion, all three questions are interlinked in a sense. Okay, meaning to say our auto sorting system at the moment is reconfigurable. Meaning to say at the moment we have 40 sorting lines. However, depending on the requirements, if needed to increase the sorting lanes, each sorting line can hold up to more than one destination lanes. So at the moment it's 14. However, if we were to fulfill 23 destination links, we can increase accordingly. We have to reconfigure the auto sorting system so each sorting line is able to fulfill more than one. So all these are really configurable, right? So which moves on to the second question. Likewise, for 50 destination links, of course, this number is huge. So with the current auto sorting system, with 14 sorting lines, if we were to go up to 50 destination links, and depending on how the admin run the wave and all this, it will mean that each sorting line will take up probably at least three destination links. So all these, the operation itself have to take, the admins who are running the operations have to take into consideration of, let's say, for example, this country, let's say this country A have a lot of orders at the moment. Then maybe country B and C have much lesser orders. So all these, we have to group them accordingly. We have to plan out before we reconfigure the auto sorting system to actually fulfill, like what you mentioned, the 50 destination lanes or the 24 destination lanes. Right, in terms of the space constraint, understand based on the video earlier on, we can see that the auto sorting system holds up, I would say, half of the warehouse itself. So because one thing is that the pros of this auto sorting system is that we can increase the sorting lanes to fulfill more destination lanes. So for space constraint wise, currently it won't be an issue. I hope this answers your question. Did it?
Yes, it does. Yeah, it did. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Question for me. I have a question for the Singapore team. In one of the tools we've learned in Lean Sigma, in our Lean Sigma training, is what we call the potential risk analysis, or FMEA. So in this case of your automation, I am sure the benefit also come from reducing headcount because of the automation. And by doing that, the people that is left behind or still doing some of the jobs would feel threatened because they might think that your team will continue to do some automation and they will feel threatened. So which is a potential risk. They feel demotivated because, oh, machine will be replacing us. That could be what their mind would be telling them. So how were you able to take this as a risk? And if yes, how did you address this? How did you continue motivating the people that were left behind and still in the operations?
Right. I think, Santi, to help answer this question, even prior to the start of this project, we engaged the team on the ground to brainstorm ideas on how some form of automation could be put in place to ease their current work pressure or their workload. And it's effectively how are we able to utilize new technologies to improve their working environment. So the people on the ground are also aware that, what we are doing is in fact to help them, not to take away their jobs. And likewise, the team on the ground are very aware that the Nike business is continuing to expand. And what we are doing is that with the expansion, they are assured that the number of pack stations, for example, will definitely need to increase to cater to the increased capacity or increased volumes. Likewise, the number of pickers will also be required to be increased to meet the demand. And we have also embarked on a high bay picking methodology that requires operators that will be proficient in handling mechanical equipment to do the picking from the high bays. And we have also explained to the team that all of them will be given opportunities to embark on different roles within the DC to be able to obtain the value from them, such that they will also become more well-rounded in terms of operating equipment, in terms of picking, packing, with automation to support them to make their job task easier. So, we did share this with them, and the team on the ground are in fact very supportive. They say that, as long as it's something that helps us to with our workload, reduces any safety incidents, is something that they are embracing.
Okay, thank you for that answer. Any other question from the rest of the judges? Looks like you're clear, Singapore team. Thank you so much. Great presentation. You can now relax. I'm sure you are the last group.
Before we end this, I think the team has also got something to share with regards to the learnings that we have from this project. Maybe Gcio, you can just do a quick.
Right. So to sum up everything, so I'll do a quick one is that from here, of course, through this project, we also have learning. I believe every team, everyone have their own respective lessons being learned. What are the new things that they've learned as well? So for us, with this opportunity, right? Every individual team members, they are able to utilize this opportunity to think out of the box, think out the ideal solution, all this in terms of the value, the effectiveness to the operations and whatnot. So so for us, this will be the key learning. So we just wanted to thank the GCIO community team and everyone for giving us a chance and opportunity to present over here to share. Yeah.
Thank you, Siong. Well said. I'm sure all the rest of the team, the rest of the project teams as well, feel the same. Given the opportunity to present their ideas, I think it's in fact, as we speak now, we already see exchanges of emails. One country asking another country, how are you doing this? Can we get some help from you? So I'm seeing exchanges now in Outlook. So really sharing and copying. This is one of the objectives of the GCIO. So thank you again, Singapore team. Relax.
Thank you.
Right. So now all teams have completed their presentations. So again, I would like to extend our appreciation and respect to all the teams. You have been very brave. It is not easy to do this, to be in front of, I don't know, maybe 160 people. It may not be face to face, but still, I could just imagine the nerves that you are trying to control. So again, really appreciate all the works, preparations you have done. It's not only now that the time that you spent here, it's not only today. I know how much time you spend doing the project, doing the define stage, doing the measure phase. It's not an easy job, and your commitment really inspires the steering committee to do even a better program next year. So again, great job everyone, and good luck to everyone. With that being said, we are now ready to proceed to the toughest segment for the judges, at least. Not anymore for the presenters, but for the judges. It's judging time. So Lily, can you take over?
Yes, our honorable judges, we will now move you to a breakout room to complete your scoring input, and we will see you 20 minutes later. Santi, Annie, Glenn, Anne, and Ella will be with you and to guide you through the required process. Our guests and finalists, you may now take a 20-minute break, and we will see you again at 5 minutes past 3, meaning 15:05. For Dominic's speech and results announcement. So any questions before we move on? Great. So see you later.